It is an honor that you would come out on a snowy morning and be a part of this. Thank you so much. So let me take care of one piece of business, and then we have some other things to do here, okay? So my name is Reid Hettich, and I am announcing officially this morning that I'm a candidate to represent Ward 1 on City Council. So that was the business of the day. We could just stop and go eat pozole, but we're not. So let me have my family and those of you wearing the shirts, come on up here, join me. Yeah. Come on up here, Grace. Come. No? Okay. There we go. So it's about 4 months ago now that two of my very best friends and men that I really admired from the community, Mateos Alvarez and Johnny Watson, invited me to breakfast. They said they were going to buy my breakfast. I knew something was up because they don't typically buy me anything, and something was up. They asked me to consider being a candidate for Ward 1 City Council. We knew that Crystal Murillo, who had served, was not planning to run again, so it was an empty seat, and they asked me to consider that. My first response is, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do that. But I said, I won't say no to you this morning. We'll get together again in a couple of weeks, and we'll have another conversation. And in the weeks that followed that, something that sort of tipped me over the edge was what I'm calling the intersection between challenges and opportunities in our community. We do have some challenges in our community, even though our community is a beautiful place, is an amazing place. It is my favorite place that I've ever lived in my life. It is a place that I found people to be warm and caring and generous and good people, working hard to try to make a living and take care of their family. Hopefully their family would have a better life than they had. And so I love our community. It's filled with beautiful, wonderful people and all kinds of other good things. But there are some challenges. There are some challenges that we face, and as we've talked about, we have some public safety challenges in our community. There are times that people don't feel safe and people are not safe in our community. Just about every week we can read about some real tragic, violent thing that took place in our community. The other stuff doesn't get advertised. That sort of gets blown up everywhere. And so sometimes our public safety is a problem that is perceived, and sometimes it is actual reality. We also have other problems, and Senator Fields, I did it too, Senator Fields. Commissioner Fields reminded us that there are boarded up buildings and businesses around us. There's some real economic challenges that we have. The people of our community, generally speaking, have been sort of their wages and their income is stagnant, and all the costs and things get higher. And so it just pinches people in this kind of a community more than any other place. There are some challenges that we have, but at the same time that there are challenges, there are amazing opportunities in our community. And it goes back to the people of our community. The people that really care about one another. I remember just shortly after we moved into our house, just a few blocks away from here, they had a knock on our door late at night one night. And I was startled by that a little bit. And it was our neighbor from across the street that we had not even met yet. They came over and said, your garage door is open. I had not had that when I lived in the suburbs and some other kinds of places. All the time we bump into people that are warm and friendly and caring. They care about their neighbors and they care about each other and they care about their families. That is an incredible asset that we have in this community that you need to understand. That's unique. That's not the way it is every place else. At the same time, we have the city who is finally paying some attention to us, have hired the consultants, Puma, that some of you have heard about, and they're invested some money to try to get these consultants to help us to figure out how to revitalize the Colfax corridor. I don't know if it's going to work. But it gives us a shot that we have not had before. And it's an unprecedented shot where the people of Puma seem to have a proper understanding of being able to develop and have development without displacement, without pushing everybody away, not just sort of scraping entire blocks and putting up big, shiny new buildings, but really invest in the community that it is, because there are things in this community that are worth saving. And so that opportunity that we have, coupled with the challenges that we had, I just said, I have to jump in. I have to be a part of this. I'm not going to sit back and say, well, maybe next time it'll work or somebody else should do it, that I decided to jump in. When jumping in, there's 3 priorities that we have, with the campaign. And I already sort of hinted at a couple of them. First is public safety. We've got to do a better job of public. It's not acceptable that people in our community are afraid to go out at night, that moms are afraid to have their kids walk to school. That's not acceptable for that. And that we have to do a better job of making this a safe place and make people feel safe in this place. And it's something that happens in a comprehensive kind of way. We need the police department's involvement in that. But it's more than a police issue. The city, other agencies, from code enforcement to zoning and permitting, all need to be engaged there. Businesses need to be engaged. All of us, we need to be engaged in that. And as we come together, I think we can make a difference, and we can make this a safer place and make people feel safer in this place. A second priority is around economic revitalization. We just talked about how this is a tough place to live. And all over it's a tough place to live, but especially here in a place where historically it has been neglected by government, has been neglected by others, that we feel it more than any place else. My neighbors and my friends here feel that first when the prices go up and the wages stay the same. And so we have to invest in the businesses that are here. We can't lose more. And here's something like bad news, I guess I get to deliver here, that we lost Walmart and we lost Walgreens here recently. They're not coming back. We're not going to see them again. Maybe years and years and years, but they're not coming back. But there are hundreds of entrepreneurs and small business people. I think, Ken, you were the first one to point out how many people open new businesses, a lot of them home businesses. But we live in a community of entrepreneurs and people that work hard, that would love to start new businesses, businesses that need to be encouraged and helped and supported, businesses that are started by some of the people that historically have not been supported in starting businesses. In fact, it was one of my friends that pointed out the other day that in our community, up and down Colfax, there are very, very few black-owned businesses. He says, beside barber shops, there's not much. That shouldn't be, because we know that there are entrepreneurs and talented people in that community that could and should be starting businesses and should be supported. We know that there are people that speak different languages, that come from other countries, that long every day to start a business and to do something significant, to own something that will support their families and produce generational wealth for their families. We have to support those men and women with businesses and those that want to start businesses by helping them find all the resources that sometimes are already present in the community they just don't know much about. They need to be introduced to the Small Business Development Center, the Small Business Administration, other city and county and community resources to help them start and thrive in a business like that. Same time, we need to help people that are renting become owners of their homes. And so all of those things are part of revitalizing the economy in Northwest Aurora. Third thing I want to mention to you is community building. We have to do this together. This has to be something that we work together on. So let me tell you another harsh reality. I can't do this stuff by myself. I am not smart enough. Okay, and my family is verifying that. There's not enough time. Any one single person cannot do it. But together, we can do a great deal of things. And it's time for us to get out of our silos and out of our specific communities and reach across those borders. I think this could be a beautiful place that has not ever been seen anywhere, where there's men and women and boys and girls that with every kind of different skin tone and historical background and culture that really care about each other enough to say, I have your back. I will support your business. I am going to be with you. We're brothers and sisters. We're here together. We're going to do this together. That this could be an amazing place. Now, there are places around the world. There's, in Africa, there's Little China, and there are other places that sort of a single ethnicity that is thriving and growing, and really some great things happen. I see in Northwest Aurora a community unlike any other where we thrive together even though we are different. And we thrive because we are different. And I think we can be blessed and used and unique in that kind of way. But we do this together. We do this together. So this is the important time. I was already going to do it. Thanks for the help, though. This is the time I want to introduce some of those people that are together already here behind me. So first of all, let me introduce my wife, Joy. She has put up with me for lots of years. Lots of years. Lots of years. My daughter, Tina. Her husband, Seth. My son, Tyler. His wife, Elisa. My granddaughter, Riley. Oh, back there is my brother, Brad, back by the door. I also want to say a special thanks to some of the people that have worked hard on this campaign already. They've done amazing work. I want to thank the one who's sort of leading this effort, my friend Mateo Alvarez. Other members of this group, Johnny Watson was one of those early ones that came and we had breakfast, and he is with his family. His sister just passed away. But you can clap for him anyway. Not with us here this morning, Julie Spear has been really helpful in doing some of the video things, and you'll get to see some of her work in just a bit. And some of her team is here doing some of the camera work here. Tina is also a part of our campaign team. She is the one that designed our logo and has designed our website, is sort of heading up our social media stuff. Yes. And then, not here this morning is Cristo Luna. Cristo is home in New Mexico with family, and then Victoria, who takes care of me and makes sure I'm headed in the right direction. Also want to thank some of my Mosaic family. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for being here. And I want to thank you, because together we can do something important here in this community. I sometimes am embarrassed by my lack of language skills. Many of you speak several languages and do that so well, and I'm jealous of that. I speak one language. But I'm trying to pick up a few Spanish words anyway, and I'm really pretty proficient in going and ordering at a Mexican restaurant. I pull that off quite well. But one of my favorite words that I've learned in Spanish over the years is juntos. You guys know that, right? Together. together we can do things, juntos. That by myself, this isn't going to happen. But together, juntos, we could do something really special. That by those of us up here, that we're not going to be able to accomplish all these kinds of things. But we can do amazing things together, juntos. I want to invite you to join this movement as we reimagine and reshape this part of town into a place like none other, a place that we can be proud to live, where our friends and neighbors and relatives can live and thrive and grow. And it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is, or the country of origin, or what language is your first language, that we thrive together, juntos. Come and join me as we do just that, okay?